Hey everybody, decided it was time to make this video as I can no longer be silent about this. This is going out to all the families out there that have literally had their families ripped apart by doctors prescribing these SSRI drugs. So I'm going to share my story with you and what I found and discovered, and I hope this is a help to the hurting people out there, the hurting spouses and children that literally have had their families ripped apart on these damn drugs. I may be a little harsh with my words, but I have to express the hurt and anger I have from what's happening. In my case, my spouse went on this stuff. Doctor prescribed something that starts with the letter Z and ends in LOFT, or the ones that, maybe in your case, it starts with the letter P and ends with the word ZAC. You can't say the drug name because algorithms search the videos, and if your video talks about it, they take your video down, or they flag you, or they shut your website down. So you have to be very careful how you word these. And the one that my wife was on, I found out that 33 million prescriptions have been written for this one. 85% of those report these side effects. So if this is what you're experiencing in your marriage, and I want you to know you're not alone. And number two, I want you to know there is a way to fix this. And this is why I'm making the video. Okay, so out of those that report this, here's what they're reporting. Their wives go to their doctor, is usually for a routine checkup. And one of the things that's on a mandatory checklist for the doctors now is they have to ask their patients, are they experiencing anxiety or depression? And if they do, they're required to write them a prescription for these drugs. It's a huge moneymaker. What happens is we're reading, and this is thousands and thousands and thousands of online threads and comments that are being put up by spouses. My loving wife of 3 years, or 5 years, 7 years, my Christian wife, we went to church together. She taught Sunday school. We have 4 beautiful children. We've had a great marriage. Something happened. Maybe your family dog passed away, or a family member. Something happened. They got upset. They tell their doctor, yeah, I'm a little bit anxious. COVID has made people anxious. The financial situation has made people anxious. So they go on these drugs for a little bit of relief. And within weeks, here's what's reported. What is called emotional blunting. My spouse, my wife, just doesn't love me anymore. Yesterday she loved me. Today she just says she doesn't love me anymore. They don't experience remorse, or they have no empathy. It's called the I don't give an F drug. It's also been called the marriage wrecker drug. And then it goes from that to brain zaps, where they just burst out with anger sometimes, vitriol, hatred, and horrible words the way they speak. Of course, loss of sex is gone. Almost all of them report that they have inability to produce orgasms or anything. So sex is completely gone. But that's not it. Within weeks, usually within weeks, they go from being the loving spouse to I don't want to be married anymore and I want you to leave. And they have no remorse for it. No remorse for you at all. This is thousands and thousands and thousands of cases being reported, and nothing's being done about it. The spouse is left, the children are left. What happened to my wife? What happened to mommy? What's going on? And homes and marriages are being absolutely shredded. The husband, the spouse, is left completely decimated in psychological torture because they can't understand what happened to my beautiful spouse. And as Christians, we pray out to God, and we beg and we plead and we plead and we beg to God, help, help, help. And nothing's coming. Nothing's coming. No one wants to talk about it. Doctors won't do anything about it. Pastors sit on their, and I'm sorry to say this because I've been in church my whole life, but pastors and churches have turned into Sunday morning country clubs for lazy, Willy Wonka, Chuck E. Cheese Christian crap. It doesn't do anything. It's powerless churches, ineffective churches that do nothing. And they're sitting there with families in their pulpits. I mean, they're in their pulpits and the families are sitting there ripped apart, but you don't dare talk about this stuff. It's going to take, it's a spiritual war that's going on. As the pastor Tony Evans, God love him, at least he had the guts to come up and talk about it, said that these drugs literally lock demons into the brain. It's demonic. It is spirits of anxiety and depression and so forth to come upon a person. They go on this drug and it locks it into the brain. It's like a lockdown. So your spouse has now become a prisoner, a psychological and spiritual prisoner. Their soul is trapped in their brain and their mind on this crap. It is the most insidious that's ever been made. And you sit back and you watch this epidemic take place and nothing's being done. So I'm putting this video out. People just spread it, share it, get people start talking about it. And we've got to, in my case, I haven't talked to my spouse in 67 days straight now. I was told to leave. I came home, left that morning to go to work, hugged and kissed, told each other we loved each other and how great it is and awesome. Can't wait to see you. Come home that evening. What triggered my wife was her ex-husband came over and stirred up a little nonsense, and that's all it took. Flipped her out. She did a 180 and she's done. And these women become promiscuous. You know, women are, most cases, the husbands say, my wife never did anything. Now she's flirting around with men, drinking, and it's just complete opposite. It literally 180s your spouse. Whatever they are, it makes them the complete opposite. It's like it rewired the brain, positive to negative, and what was good in their life is now bad, and what is bad is now good. And so this is going out there, and I hope if you are experiencing this, show this video to your spouse and let them know. And if I could speak to the spouses right now, stop it. Get off the crap. Get off of it. Wean off. Do whatever you can, because you're not just destroying your spouse, you're destroying yourself. And stop it. It's selfishness. It's selfishness over your own little silly anxiety or depression. And stop taking this nonsense. You're destroying your spouse. You're destroying your family and everyone around you. It's selfishness. And you need to turn to God. You need to pray. And you need to, this is where churches get, this is what we're missing. You need to be delivered. It's demonic. These are spirits, they're attachments that you need to be delivered from. And no one does this anymore. In the Bible, Jesus, before he did anything, before he healed, preached, he cast out whatever spirit was attacking the person, because we all have it. It's a spiritual war taking place. My heart is torn apart. I can barely get by my days right now. 65 days, I went from the most loving, beautiful woman and wife a man could ever asked for. And we searched God. We prayed together every day. We read our Bibles together every day, did our spiritual studies, and that just completely gone. And I'm having a real hard time being really pissed at God. Why? Why are you allowing this to happen? Why are you allowing these families to be completely shredded and ripped apart? And maybe out of this heartache that we're going through, maybe men, because this is really going out really to the men out there. Damn it, men, stand up for your spouses, stand up for your wives, and do something. Make this known. Don't hide this, because that's how they're getting away with it. It's being hidden. Go to your church, go to your pastor, stand up in the middle of the damn Sunday morning country club service and say, help, help, my family's being held hostage by these drugs. And maybe everyone else will stand up and we'll stop taking this crap and shut these freaking doctors down that continue writing this crap for money. It's destroying this world. It's destroying families. And if my wife is watching this, I love you more than a man can love a woman. I won't stop praying, and I won't stop this fight. I know you're hurting out there if you're watching this on both ends. But we can't beat this if we keep our mouths shut. Do something. I love everyone out there that's experiencing this. I'm sorry for everyone's hurt. But we need to be there for each other. We need to shine some light on this, and we need to get this to stop before anyone else has their lives destroyed. Leave comments below, links, share this video if you can. God love everyone out there. This is really bad, but let's beat this thing, okay? Much love to everyone. Bye.